Today we're going to be drawing another house in Google Sketchup. This one's a little more complex and you're going to be drawing it from a picture. So here in your second assignment, your objective, you will build a house in Google Sketchup that looks exactly like the picture below. Now these are your work instructions that are part of Google Classroom, and so you will need to open those so that you can use this picture to look at. And you will, this is your rubric, you will be graded based on whether or not your house looks just like this. And so I'm going to step you through how to draw this house exactly like this. And so if the link is in Google Classroom to get to Google SketchUp, or you can open this work instruction, and then you can also get the link right here to get to Google SketchUp. Once you get into Google SketchUp, I would suggest that you go ahead and save this file as House 2, and then of course later what we'll do is then download this into your file, or excuse me, into your folder, into the D drive on your computer. So let's click here at Untitled, and let's go ahead and name this House 2. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this in my Technology class folder. So let's click on Technology class and then name this House 2. So House 2, click Save here, and now we're ready to go. See, now it's House 2. So first thing I want to do, okay, I want to zoom out. I want to orbit around a little bit, just like we did with House 1. Whoops. Let's move this around a little bit, and let's get the origin down towards the lower left-hand corner of the screen. And there again, just like the work instructions, okay, you've got step-by-step instructions here, or you can watch this tutorial video. Okay, and I'm going to go a little bit back and forth because there's a couple of things here in the work instructions that I'm going to use, especially this picture, excuse me, to go back and forth. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do first, since this is kind of an L-shaped house, so we're going to draw two rectangles. So the first rectangle that we're going to do, we're going to draw just a regular rectangle, and it's going to be a 20-foot by 10-foot rectangle. So when we did House 1, we sort of just got as close as we could. I'm going to show you how to draw a rectangle that's the exact dimension. So here we're going to draw, let's just draw a rectangle. It doesn't matter what size. I'm going to make it really big and exaggerated just so I can show you what happens when we make it exact. So draw a rectangle, and as soon as you let go of the mouse, don't click or touch anywhere else. Go straight to the keyboard and watch. I'm going to type 20 apostrophe, so watch the dimensions box in the lower right hand corner. 20 apostrophe, that's for feet, apostrophe is for feet, comma 10 apostrophe, okay? Apostrophe is for feet, quotation is for inches. So we want apostrophe for feet. Now hit enter. Boom. Now we have a rectangle that is 20 feet in this direction, 10 feet in this direction, okay? I'm going to do this again, okay, just to make sure that you got this. So there again, undo, draw a rectangle, okay? Don't click anywhere else. 20 apostrophe, comma, 10 apostrophe, enter, okay? There's your 20 by 10 rectangle. We're going to do another one. We're going to do another one. Okay? Grabbing on this corner here, okay? This corner here, we're going to draw another rectangle. Come out this way and let's go up. Now, this one is going to be 35 apostrophe, comma, 10, whoops, excuse me, 15 apostrophe, 35, 15. Make sure that you type it 35 apostrophe, comma, 15 apostrophe. Enter. Okay, now we've got 2 rectangles. If you're not sure, if you missed something, go back to your work instructions here, okay? Here I have everything written out, 20 by 10. Here's what you type in the measurement box, okay, by just going to the keyboard. You don't click in the box. 35 by 15, okay? So 35 apostrophe comma 15 apostrophe by just typing on the keyboard, okay? All right, so next what we're going to do, let's get rid of this line here. We want this as a solid surface, okay? We don't want anything in between it, okay? So we just got rid of that. Now we're going to use the push-pull tool and take it up about, I think we're going to go up, I always forget this, 12 feet. There we go. We're going to go up 12 feet. Same thing, okay? We're going to use a push-pull. It's got to be exactly 12 feet. We're going to go up, okay? Guess what? 1, 2, apostrophe, enter. 12 feet. Remember, don't click anywhere else. If something happens and it doesn't do what you need it to do, and if it doesn't say 12 feet down here, make sure that you click undo and then do it again. 1, 2, apostrophe, enter. Because if it doesn't take, then you don't have the right dimensions. And remember, check your dimensions with your tape measure, because this is going to be important. If you don't have the right dimensions, you're going to get points taken off. Okay, so make sure that you check your dimensions. Okay, all right. Next thing we're going to do, all right, now we get into some pretty interesting stuff here. So now we're going to draw some lines. Okay, so grab the pencil and let's come over here and let's find the midpoint. Okay, so just coming along, let's find the midpoint, boom. And we're going to draw a straight line all the way over to the end. Find the midpoint, go all the way over to the end, to the edge. Now we're going to find the midpoint of this side. Find the midpoint. There we go. And then draw a straight line. You know it's straight because it's parallel to the red axis. It's parallel to the red axis, it makes a red line. So go all the way out to the edge. Okay. Now we want to get rid of these 2 lines. We want an L. We want an L that's in the center of this box. So let's click on the eraser tool. And here's something fun. If you want to erase more than one, instead of click, click, hold the left click on your mouse with the eraser, hold the left click, and swipe over both. See how both now are blue? Okay, if I uncheck, then now both of them are gone. So now we have an L here in the center. Okay, midpoint, midpoint. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to be taking this point here and we're actually going to move. And this is how we're going to make the peak. The peak is going to be different for this one. We made the peak one way in house 1. We're making the peak separately in house 2. So let's click on the select tool. We're going to select this line. Now we need to hold control because we want to select both. Hold control on your keyboard and then select this line. Notice I have a plus associated with my pointer. That means I'm selecting more than one. Alright, so I click on the second line. Now both of them are selected. That's what I want. I want both of them because I want to move both of them. Okay. Next I come over here and click on the move tool. Move tool. Now this is where things can get a little tricky. So what I want to do, I want to orbit, okay? Orbit yourself so that you are looking at this a little sideways, kind of like this, because you want to grab this endpoint, you want to go straight up. So you don't want to be looking directly down on it because then you're pulling away from yourself, and you can't do that with a mouse. So you want to look at it about like this, okay, because you want to go straight up with it. So grab the endpoint, don't grab it here, don't grab it here, grab the endpoint and try to go straight up, Okay, so click, go straight up. Now, if you kind of start going off to one side or the other, things get kind of weird.